Hey guys, what's going on? It's NumbNexus bringing you guys something a little different on my channel today. So, as I was playing my emulator, not really my emulator, but the actual game, which I haven't played in a long time. After I was playing Tate and Liza in Pokemon Ruby, the chip, on my DS, as I said, the actual game, I thought to myself, why not make a video about it? Because no one has really made a video about this yet. So, take note, this is completely opinion-based. If you feel different or elsewise, you can leave yours in the comment section below. And now we can get moving on to this top 10 video for strongest gym leaders compared in all the gens. Number 5 on my top 5 strongest gym leaders list would be Candace of Snowpoint City in 4th gen. I thought Candace was very annoying because I had a Torterra and an Infernape, so really I could have destroyed her team, which most of it I did, but she had a Frostless and it had Hail, Snow Cloak, and Double Team. That's like the largest evasion you can ever do. And pretty much for you guys that don't know evasion, it's where they have bob and weaving pretty much tactics where you can't hit them or touch them at all. So it was very annoying, and literally I had to go and capture a Cacturne or something, or like a Ghost type or Sneasel that had Feint Attack just to win. But that's why I thought that Candace would be on my top 5 out of my strongest gym leaders list, and yeah, she was just a bitch. Number 4 on my top 5 strongest gym leaders list would honestly have to be Elessa of 5th gen. I thought Elessa was very annoying because she's a Zebstrika, and you're thinking to yourself, hey, why not just use a ground move on it? She actually predicts, so she goes out into her 2 Emolgas. So the Volt Switching combination was honestly nerve-wracking. You have to get a Roggenrola or a Sandile, honestly, just to beat her, and I couldn't stand it. I really couldn't stand it. It was just really nerve-wracking. She wanted me to pull my hair out, and she was, in fact, the most annoying gym leader in that entire generation. So that's why I thought Elessa would be perfect for number 4 on my top 5 list. Coming in on my number 3 for this top 5 list would honestly have to be just Norman. Norman, the father who also plays a role in the game of Hoenn region. I thought Norman was very annoying and agitating as hell because the man had 2 slackings in Ruby and Sapphire. Pretty much he could just play ball with your team. He honestly just played volleyball with everybody's teams. He would punch them around. Basically everything he sees is a punching bag, and not to mention slacking as base 140 attack. So that even rivals, it's pretty much the same actually, it rivals Zekrom, Haxorus, Rampardos. He's honestly really underrated, as him and Gardevoir were the strongest Pokemon in 3rd gen history. But honestly, Norman could just play around, and if those were dead, he had a Vigoroth, which was honestly really fast, and that could just, it had power to back that up, and honestly could just kill somebody's team with crit slashes. So that's why I thought it was perfect for Norman to be on this list. Coming in at number 2 was honestly one of the most brain-shocking appearances people would say in this. It was Whitney. Whitney coming in at number 2 from the Johto region, Goldenrod City. I thought, actually, as Pokemon tubers or Pokemon players, you all should know this. Whitney was the most annoying gym leader in her time. Doesn't even matter in 1st gen combined, since they basically, Kanto and Johto were pretty much just one region, or they were connected. So pretty much she was the most annoying gym leader of her time in history in Pokemon players. Then when Heart Gold and Soul Silver came out, everyone else who was new to the gen who didn't play those old games would realize how powerful Whitney was. She had a Clefairy which honestly was not too strong. It would honestly just poison you, or it would just lower your defenses. Pretty much that's all it did. And then we have the Untamed Miltank. This thing would suck on its own tits just to heal itself up, and then it would body slam you with its own tits to paralyze you and enable you to move. And at this point, it was pretty much just our defense scroll rollout blasting all of your face. So that's why we all know Whitney was perfect to be on this number 2 for this top 5 list. And finally, for number 1, those of you who did not think honestly it would be Whitney, thumbs up. But for number 1, I thought, in my personal opinion, it was Tate and Liza. Tate and Liza were the strongest and most original and best design for a gym leader you could ever come across by. These 2 gym leaders, brother and sister, were a dual combination of brutality. These 2 honestly could just destroy your team. In Emerald, they did have 2 more Pokemon, but in Ruby and Sapphire, they YOLO'd the hell out of everyone. They only had 2 Pokemon, that's how cocky they were. 2 Pokemon. each on their own technically having one Pokemon. And her Lunatone on top of that could put up screens, taking hits for days. Her Solrock put up the sun, pretty much solar beaming and fire or flamethrower boosted flamethrowers in the sun. I don't know. But it would just destroy anything coming in its way. Honestly, you needed a Sharpedo at this point, or some form of Dark type. And with on top of that, her Lunatone can't even touch Dark types, but that's why you have Solrock. Lunatone is more defensive on that, but Solrock could just destroy everything. It really could. Not to mention, it was a dual combination. These two read their minds like it was cake. They read their minds like they knew anything that you would do. And honestly, if they competitive battled, they'd probably be one of the strongest competitor battlers out there. And that's why I thought it was perfect for Tate and Liza to be number 1 on this list. If you guys enjoyed this, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Also, comment down in the comment section below thinking which would your top 5 strongest gym leaders would be, and leave them as a video response. Also, if you guys thought this was pretty cool, why not try it yourself, like I just said, and leave in the video response below, as many people will see it. And until the next time, guys, I'll see you later.